Nem seems unusually withdrawn today. Selene, how do you... What if... She stops and looks down at the ground. Never mind, actually. I got myself in trouble with him. I can get out of it. I just have to apologize. Yeah... It's not your fault. Vase is just a jerk. You're a hero, Nem says, taking the egg, and I'm starving. I'm gonna get the kitchen to cook this up right away. And some event with Nem. Something's off with Nem today. You can tell just from watching her train that she's moving more slowly and seems distracted. Every so often, she breaks form to stare at Vase, who's working with a group of trainees on the other side of the garrison. Her unit leader singles her out and chastises her, gesturing for her to take a break and get her head on straight. Nem scowls as she slinks over to the rest area, where you hand her a water bottle. Hey you, she says, shooting you a little flicker of a smile as she takes a drink. What's up? Whoa, I think I double-clicked. Vase isn't talking to me, Nem replies, sighing heavily as she recaps her water bottle. It's been 2 days and he just acts like I'm not even here. I've tried to talk to him and he just says he needs time to think. We got into it about how much time you and I spend together. He thinks you like me, and I told him it's not like that, we're just friends, but... Nem exhales noisily and scrubs her heel of her palm into her eyes. Maybe the problem is that you're so alike, she says. If I love him, then what's to say I wouldn't feel the same about you? He has a reason not to trust us. Vase is right not to trust me, flirt with Anemone. Do you want me to talk to him? You must have done something wrong, or he's a scumbag, Nem. Definitely not that one. We're not romancing Anemone in this run. So, do you want me to talk to him, or he's a scumbag? That's definitely the route I'm leaning. See if I can get her to notice that he's really a terrible person. Or just, do you want me to talk to him? He's a scumbag, Nem. We're just gonna say it. We're a friend. What is our relationship with Anemone? We are at 91. Hopefully she trusts us enough that we can say this and it won't upset her. He's a scumbag. Nem's head whips towards you, shocked. Whoa, what? How can you say that, Selene? Yeah, I know how he gets sometimes, but he's still my boyfriend. The way he treats you isn't healthy. Need persuasion 30 or empathy 30, and we have both. Or I just think he's not right for you. No, the way he treats you isn't healthy. Nem's eyebrows furrow. What do you mean, Selene? Do you like when he accuses you? Nem frowns. No, obviously. What's that have to do with anything? The problem isn't you, it's him. You tell her she shouldn't have to constantly prove herself to Vase. I've never thought of it that way, Nem replies. It's like we have this argument all the time. He gets mad because he thinks I was talking to someone too long, or because I said something that set him off. And when you talk to him about it, well, he gets really upset that I'm upset with him, and then I have to apologize and reassure him I love him. And it's always this whole thing. She sighs. I'm just so tired of it, you know? I don't know what else to do. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. Nem wipes her eyes. I don't know what to think, she says. I'll talk to him about it and see what he says. He deserves a chance to explain himself, but... Her gaze darts back over to Vase. I don't know if he'll be able to. She gives you a quick hug. Thank you for talking to me about this, Selene. You're my best friend on the whole planet. You're welcome. Oh, hi, Vase. You suddenly want to talk to me? That's ominous. On your way to the garrison, you pass by a few young soldiers speaking in hushed tones. They seem to be commiserating over Vase's attitude in training today. Oh boy, you might know what this is about. You spot Vase overseeing a group of soldiers navigating an obstacle course. Pick it up, come on, he snaps. You approach carefully and he acknowledges you with a glance before going back to staring morosely at the trainees. Why so glum, chum? He scowls and crosses his arms. Nothing but a bunch of bull. Fine, be that way, or I love bull. Because we have enough friendship with Vase. Yeah. Vase smirks and clicks his tongue against his teeth. He's quiet for a bit. Nemi broke it off with me, he says eventually. Told me she didn't think we were a good fit. Or some stuff like that. That sucks, I'm sorry. Maybe you should work on your anger issues? I mean, that's the right answer. but probably don't phrase it that way. But I hope we get the option to say, hey, go to counseling. But trying to not be aggressive about it. So that sucks, I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks, Base says, already turning back to watch the trainees. Life, right? No, I think we probably need to choose the other option of work on your anger issues, dude. Here, I have something for you. It's cake. We will become your friends slowly but surely. You hear Tang's voice before you see her. I've already told you, I have no idea where Dis has gone. Perhaps he's dead. You enter the laboratory and see Tangent talking to someone from command, as Dr. Instance looks on with a concerned look. Tangent is standing her ground. I know it's horrible to say, or even to think, but if I say it, will you finally leave me alone? Wherever he is, he's happier for it. Tang catches your eye and excuses herself, making her way over to you. Pretend you need me for something, she whispers, her voice shaking. I would like to be spared from these vultures. Wish I had an option to do something for you. I can give you a flower. I need you to analyze this flower. I suppose it might be of scientific interest, Tang says, analyzing the flowers. She pulls a petal off and looks at it. Yes, I'll have to take a look at this under the microscope. Hope you find it useful. Thank you. Yeah. Couldn't really help you with that scene. But wherever this is, he's happier for it. Rex is smoking. Have a log. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? And hugs. Ooh, and an event with Rex. You swing by Rex's lounge for some much-needed rest and relaxation with your friends. Rex is there, as he usually is these days, slinging drinks and conversation behind the bar. Selene, he exclaims when he sees you, gesturing you to a seat at the bar. I was just talking about you. You take a seat and Rex pulls a few bottles down from the wall. Now that you're here, I get to unveil a new drink. I named it after you. He pours various liquids into a shaker and a few minutes later pours you a light blue drink that almost glows white in the bar's lights. You take a sip and then another, and then another, as you begin to appreciate its full flavor. It's a sophisticated drink worth a few passes. It seems to change in body the more you drink it, developing new flavors over time. Rex leans his elbow on the bar. It's good, right? It's for sipping, you know, when you're here reading reports or something. I call it Selene's mind and body tonic. Rex, thank you. I'm honored. You didn't have to do this, yeah, but I'm honored. It's nothing, Rex says as he washes the shaker. I've been thinking about it for a while. You're one of my best friends, and honestly, just like so happy I met you, and we became friends. Nomi, who's sitting beside you at the bar nursing their own drink. It has an umbrella and a potato skewer, and little popping candies, clears their throat, and Rex laughs. I said one of my best friends. Geez, can't a guy have two best friends? Rex jumps the bar and swings his legs over. Why don't you stay a while, Selene? You've been working so hard. Let me help you relax. What do you want to do? Karaoke? Shots? Let's do karaoke. Shots. Let's dance. Let's play a board game. I don't know. Let's dance. Rex grabs your hands. That's a great idea, he says, and leads you to the dance floor. It's usually empty this time of day, piped with a fairly unobtrusive lounge music from the Hollow Archives. Rex fiddles with the sound system until something fun and danceable comes out. Come on, he says, starting to groove to the music. I love this song. You and Rex throw yourself around the dance floor for a few songs. It doesn't matter that it's the middle of the day, or that you're the only ones dancing, or that you can feel other people watching you with amusement. Honestly, it's just good to move your body around without caring about whether it's right or strong or smart. For a few blissful moments, you're just two bodies moving through space. When you're done, Rex wipes his sweaty face and grins. Whew, he gasps. That got the old heart beating. What next? Oh, apparently we get to do all of them. Then I guess let's do karaoke. Yes, great idea! Rex cheers and leads you over to the karaoke machine. Nomi and Mars join you as soon as they realize what's going on. Those two can never resist a chance to show off. You sing a song with each of them, and then go for your show-stopping solo, My Heart Flies Over the Resting Ridges. Always a crowd pleaser, that one. Rex holds up his lighter, while Nomi and Mars fake big theatrical sobs. It's a total blast. Afterwards, Rex asks, what next? Probably should do shots last in my mind. So we'll do a board game first. Rex goes over to the game closet and stands there thoughtfully. What about this one, he says, pulling out a box. I don't think we've played it before. You settle down together and play the game. Mars joins you. Oh, this one, she says. I've played it before. It's a game from Earth about, like, owning property and making people pay rent for staying there, and eventually you making them so poor they can't keep playing, and then you win. Monopoly, of course. Rex looks at the box dubiously. What's rent, he asks, and Mars shrugs. You set up the game under Mars's guidance and play a few rounds. After a while, it's clear that Mars is the only one with any sort of killer instinct. You and Rex just let the others stay for free on your property. After a while, Mars complains that you're not playing the game right, and she leaves in a huff. Rex packs up the board game with a sheepish smile. I guess we all win, he says. What do you want to do now? Alright, let's do some shots. Absolutely, Rex says. Shots, shots, shots! He goes back behind the bar and pours a line of 7 shots. Let's race. You start on that end, I'll start on this one. Ready? Go. You work your way through the line of shots at a steady pace, meeting Rex nearly right in the middle. You both reach for the tiebreaker shot at the same time, and Rex laughs and lets you have it. Perfectly matched, he says, and just the right number too. Good job, me. Afterwards, Rex asks, what next? Had a great time, thank you. We get Rex's hug level 3, which is +6 if stress is over 50. Nice. I'm glad, Rex says and wraps you in a big hug. I'm serious, you're like the best part of this whole colony. I don't know why you picked me, but I'm happy you did. He waves you to the door of the bar and waves. He walks you to the door of the bar and waves as you depart. Alright. Yep, it's been seasons. Yeah, we've read that one. Oh, it was your birthday and I just handed you a flower. Well, good thing you like flowers. I need to keep track of birthdays, clearly. You find Mars going through old holo photos from when you were all kids aboard the Stratospheric. She gives you a sad little smile and pats the couch next to her. Come look through photos with me, she says. I forgot about some of these. Mars brings up a picture. Wow, they look so young! Mars brings up a picture of Nem and Cal from when they were probably 4 or 5 years old. They're both stripped down to their pants and have painted monster faces on their chests, and are standing on top of the table in their creche, waving swords above their heads. You remember that table being a fort, a pirate ship, a haunted house, a jungle cave, depending on the day. Look at them, Mars says, smiling. They used to be the best of friends, right? Whenever you saw one, the other was always tagging along behind them. She sighs. It's so weird that they, never talk to each other anymore. I mean, I get it. Anemone got all weird about being a soldier after her brother died, and Cal really doubled down on the whole hippie aesthetic. She never should have joined those Helios. Cal was always so naive. Yeah, it's sad they grew apart. Yeah, she never should have joined those Helios. I'm going to side with Cal on this one because we're dating him. Mars hums non-committally. Mars probably would have preferred the neutral option. Mars hums non-committally and goes to the next image. Tammy's gentle face smiles back at you. She's in the ship galley, learning how to make soy sweets from Aunt Antecedent. She's wearing an apron, but almost all of her is covered in different colored powders used for flavoring and coloring the sweets. Even the tips of her pointed ears are dusted with it. Oh, Mars sighs, look at this one. I know it's been years, but I still can't believe she just died like that, she says sadly. It was so senseless. She was the first, but she wasn't the last. At least she didn't have to see all this death and destruction. She was too kind a soul for that. At least we found out why she died, Mars continues. It's not really a comfort, but it's something. I miss her so much. Mars taps through some more photos, pursing her lips. I swear there's at least one picture of this in here, she mutters, It takes almost a minute, but she finally finds one. Tang and Dis, joint 5th birthday party, complete with matching soy cakes. Their mother, Besk, is just out of frame, a drink in her hands. Oh, this was before Dis got all weird about his birthday, Mars hums. I still have no idea what happened there. I mean, who doesn't like birthdays? It's weird to see them so happy together, she continues. I can't remember the last time I saw either of them really smile like that. Mars sighs deeply and rubs her eyes. And now he's just gone. I hope wherever he is, he's happy. Mars stares down at the little hologram in her hand. I didn't mean to bully him so much, she admits softly. I thought I was helping him learn how to fit in, like toughening him up a little, so he didn't cry so much, you know. Her mouth twitches with a sad smile, but I guess I ended up just pushing him farther away. When I was little, I didn't understand that words could hurt people because they don't hurt me. You could have been nicer to him. He was also a very weird kid. You could have been nicer to him. Mars sits back and sighs. That's true. It's weird looking back on when we used to be kids, Mars muses. We were so innocent. We had no idea about the wormhole or Vertumna, no dying, no famine, no killer pollen, no animal attacks. I mean, we didn't even have bad weather on the ship. All we cared about was playing and popularity. Mars gestures to herself. Now look at me. I'm working on the bridge, and you know, it's all politics. It's like a professional popularity contest. Lum is an idiot, but he's got one thing going for him, Mars laughs. The man has an absolutely impeccable social media game. If nothing else, he knows how to get people to vote for him. Really, that's all you need. Mars leans over and rests her head on your shoulder. Her hair smells like jasmine. Thank you for going through those pictures with me, she says quietly. I try to keep my eyes on the future, but sometimes it's nice to remember where you came from. Okay, we finished Mars. That was a good scene. Like, Mars can come off as a little bit brash, and so having time to just sit down and show that she still thinks about the colony, and even feeling bad about how she treated Dis, makes her seem more likable. Nomi's looking up at the sky with a slight smile. It's been 4 years and it's still so cool, they comment. I spent my whole life on a spaceship before this. Being outside still feels like being in paradise, even with everything going on. Here's a crystal. It makes rainbows! Yep. Oh, hey. Selene, Nomi exclaims as you walk into the lounge. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Nomi is surrounded by people who are looking at their holoscreens. The air is festive, with people sharing screens and laughing. There are big bowls of snacks. It's lunch day, Nomi exclaims, linking their holopalm with yours. You feel the haptics in your palm pulse as it accepts the game file. Come on, give it a try. I would love to have a holopalm. Like, just a built-in computer screen that can have, like, 3D holographic projections. That'd be cool. You wake up in your bedroom and look over at the clock. Oh no, you're late for school. You quickly get dressed in your school uniform, grab a piece of toast, and start running. While you're hurrying under the boughs of a cherry blossom trees, you run literally into a strange cat-like creature. It blinks up at you with its curious amphibian secondary eyes and chirps, hopping back and forth on its single leg. It seems agitated. What do you do? I follow it. You follow the strangely cute creature down an alleyway to a construction site. There, in the middle of the lot, lies another creature, this one larger and much more human-shaped, though still clearly alien. It turns to you, and you know in your heart that you see death in its four-slitted eyes. Human, it says weakly. Please come closer. Be not afraid of me. Do you approach the dying alien? I do. A terrible fate is about to befall your planet, the alien coughs. My name is Gislar, and I've come here to warn humanity that my people are coming to destroy you. My ship was shot down by the forward fleet, and I landed here. I will not survive my wounds, but... He extends his three-fingered hand to you, and you take it. He feels cold, and then hot, all over, as mysterious energy fills your body. You barely keep yourself from collapsing as you feel the soap bubble of your reality expand to contain this massive new power. Gislar coughs, speckling the ground with blue-green blood. I have bestowed upon you the power of royalty, he says. All in my lineage have harnessed the vibrations of the cosmos and can transform into beings of unimaginable power. Please, use this to rebuke my people. Save your planet. How can I possibly defeat the aliens? How do I know you're telling the truth? I don't think I can do this. How can I possibly defeat the aliens? I am the chosen one. It's not necessary to defeat them entirely. You only need to convince them to leave you alone. Well, how do I do that? Your mind is filled with images, a younger version of Gislar in happier times, cradling a baby. Many years later, teaching that child to aim a ray gun. A curious face, innocent with youth, becoming warped over time to something hard and aggressive, as her father became more and more embroiled in intergalactic politics. My greatest joy, and my greatest sorrow, Gislar sighs. My daughter, Mjolna, she leads the invasion force. If you can get through to her, you can convince her to call off the attack. Please, take the power of the cosmos, transform, save your planet. The alien shudders and breathes his last. Having used the very last of his strength to impart this terrible responsibility, he collapses and goes still. It's amusing me that we're playing a game within a game. The creature who brought you here chirps sadly and nuzzles your hand. What do you do now? I go to school. I go to the authorities. I make a holovlog about it. Go to the authorities. I'm just some dude. You go to the police station and tell them you've been given magical transforming powers by a dying alien and that more aliens are coming to destroy the planet. The officer on duty looks at you as if you've grown a second head, then tells you to go to school. I mean, that's fair. We should probably figure out how our magical transformation powers work so that we can prove it. Yeah. Okay, fine. The officer looks frustrated that you wasted his time and lets you go. You're on the train to school when everyone around you suddenly clutches their head, some falling to their knees and screaming in pain. You seem to be the only one unaffected. The train continues to the next stop, and you run outside. You turn your eyes to the sky and watch it fill suddenly with alien spaceships. Giant mechas stomp down the street, firing lasers from their eyes and turning buildings to dust. Everywhere you look, humans writhe in pain on the ground, completely helpless to fight back. Only you remain standing. Bet that officer wishes he'd listened to me. A spaceship lands before you, and the doors open with an eerie whoosh. A tall, muscular humanoid with an elegant face and 4 almond-shaped eyes of different colors stalks down the ramp towards you, their full silver mane tossing in the jet wash. What is the meaning of this? The alien demands. Our pain rays have no effect on you? Another alien gave me strange powers. Believe it? I know who you are, Mjolna. You strike a pose and feel Gislar's power flow through you. It's almost as if you drop out of reality for a moment, transformed by the power of the cosmos into something greater. When your vision clears, you feel much taller and stronger, and your school uniform much skimpier. 2 glowing white wings flutter from your shoulder blades. Mjolna rears back in confusion. So my father was successful in contacting the humans, she snarls, her fang teeth gleaming. His power flows through you. I would know it anywhere. His last wish was to stop the invasion. Please stop this. We don't have to fight. In the name of humanity, I'll whoop ya. His last wish was to stop the invasion. Mjolna's gaze goes hard. So the old fool is dead then. My father was a traitor, she spits. Peace between our people was never an option. Why are you doing this? Humanity is the aggressor here, Mjolna exclaims, pointing her finger at you. Humans and their unchecked blundering into the interstellar ley lines have upset eons of peace amongst my people. Like uninformed children, you stumble blindly into the great works of your betters. Some, like my father, believe you need a guiding hand to overcome your human weakness, Mjolna says, her mouth quaking. Others believe you to be beyond hope. Mjolna makes a frustrated noise. You have thrown our careful peace into chaos. I care not for the ultimate fate of humanity. If you will not stay on your patch of earth, I will bury you under it. My people will be done with you. There must be another way to make peace. You'll have to go through me first. There must be another way to make peace. Mjolna sneers. Peace, she spits, as if disgusted by the word. There will be peace when humanity is gone. She raises a ray gun at you and sets you in her sights, her flinty eyes flashing with rage, and, underneath it, hurt. Her hand begins to shake. I can't say that word. Shkak. She curses, lowering the gun. I could no sooner kill you than I could kill my father, and I tried. She extends her hand to you, open palmed. You will come with me. The power of kings and queens flows through your veins, as it does mine. On my planet, you will be regarded as queen of the humans, and with you by my side, we will quell any infighting amongst my people. Like a marriage? Mjolnir considers this carefully. Yes, much like a human marriage. My people have this as well. If it will save humanity, then yes. Mjolnir nods and takes your hand in her much larger one. It will be done. She gestures and you see the alien forces immediately stop their incursion. People begin to pick themselves up off the ground, looking around in horrified wonder. Mjolnir looks down at you, a small smile quirking the corner of her lips. I did not expect to see such power and bravery from a human. Life with you will be interesting, my queen. You close the game and look around the lounge. Many people have entered in the time that's passed, and are excitedly playing on their own holo screens. Nomi pounces on you right away. Marry Mjolnir, huh? They say, scrunching their nose up at you. I put that one in there for Rex. He really wanted the chance to boink his alien self. Nomi taps the tip of their fingers together. So what did you think? It was fantastic. I can tell how hard you worked on it. How could anyone like the aliens? Wasn't my favorite game, but it was great. Fantastic. Nomi gasps. Do you really think so? They throw their arms around you and hug you to within a nanometer of your life. I'm so happy. I really wanted you to like it. A bunch of colonists come up and congratulate Nomi on their story, momentarily distracting them from talking to you. You sit back and watch Nomi accept their much-deserved compliments, and think about how incredible it's been to see Nomi really blossom in their short time in the colony, like a beautiful sakura tree. All cards to the right become wild. Wow! That is an amazing card. Nomi finishes up with their well wishes and turns to you, a characteristic sparkle in their eye. They take you by the hand and look at you earnestly. Thank you so much, Selene. You're the reason I was able to see this through all the way to the end. They shoot you a blinding smile. I couldn't have done it without you. So was that reaching 100? Yes. So we got to 100 with Rex and Nomi. So we're still not there with Anemone and Mars. And obviously way behind with Vase. And since Dis and Tammy are dead, we can't rank them up anymore. Alright. Still doing the rounds. Rain means the hardest work is done for the year. Yep. Read that. You spot your dad playing cards with two of the other agriculturalists. You don't recognize the game, but you watch your dad throw down his hand and groan, then peel off his shirt and toss it into the pot. I'm literally losing my shirt over here, he says, and his two friends laugh uproariously. Your dad wipes his eyes, chuckling. Then he sees you. Oh, hey, Selene, you need something? Nope. Cal waves at you from the garden, then rises to his feet. It's almost comforting to see that, despite everything, he's still the same old Cal who likes to play in the mud. Hey, Selene, he calls out to you. What's going on? Not much. I guess let's keep going on trying to get combat maxed, because we're pretty close. Guard duty, right? Yeah. And still working on bravery as well. It's slow this month, so you spend a lot of time drilling with your plasma rifle. Your accuracy is improving, and you can reload the cartridge in less than 4 seconds. Rhett isn't impressed. He wants that down to 2 seconds. It feels impossible, but you have nothing but time on your hands to practice. Let's see, we've got a card locked into that slot, and +1 to red cards. +3 on the third stage of a challenge, which doesn't apply. Alright. 8, 7. There is no 6. We could turn all cards blue, but that doesn't really help us. I mean, maybe it does. If everything's blue, then we get a really big flush. So yeah, I could do something like this. Or that. Oh, that's much better because of the wild value. We'll just check to see if this is better, but I doubt it will be. It is not. And you think that is better? Okay. Sure. There we go, that maxed combat. So what is our perk? Hello, perk? Alright, extra card draw. Oh, we didn't max combat. We're still like a point away. Fine. Alright. Hey, Nem. Nem is standing with a few other soldiers. She nods as you approach. It is mid-wet, which means it is Vase's birthday. You spot Vase running over to Geoponics and hurry to catch up to him. As you approach, you can smell the crackle of ozone from a plas cutter in the air. Vase is standing in the doorway to a shed, firing at something inside. Stupid sodding moths. You peer into the dim shed. There's a pile of smoking Dorbs moths. Corpses on the ground, one last one, fluttering frantically in the corner, trying to get out. Vase shoves the plas cutter at you, takes a knife from his belt. Hold the door, Selene. I'm gonna get this null with my bare hands. The fluffy Dorbs moth chitters in fear as Vase approaches. It may be a pest, but you get the impression that whatever Vase is going to do to it is going to be downright inhumane. You got it, sir? Not if I get it first, or no, leave it alone. Vase would like this one for sure. He probably would accept this. This will annoy him, but it's the one I'm leaning towards. I mean, I guess that's the question. Like, moths are annoying. Like, in real world, I don't feel too bad about a moth being killed. These are like giant moths, but if I still treat them as actual pests and not the more sentient animals, I guess, the more aware, thinking animals. We'll try this one. It's a neutral-ish option. Oh, it still lost friendship. Oh, it lost friendship with Cal. Ouch. It's not terribly surprising. You wield the plas cutter and take a position at the door. Just as Vase is about to close on the Dorbs moth, you expertly sink a single shot through it. It's dead instantly. Painlessly. Vase whirls around. What is your malfunction, soldier? You don't fire munitions into an occupied space? Oh heck, he looks pissed. He advances on you, backing you against the wall. That was my kill, you nullhead, he growls. The fist holding the knife hits the wall beside your head. Really? It looks like it was mine. Or sorry, sir. Looks like it was mine. Yep, no. Vase snarls in your face. I'm gonna make you regret you said that, he threatens, all the more convincing by the fact his knife is, wow, really close to your head. You glare at each other, silently jockeying for dominance. Eventually makes a disgusted noise and backs off. Get out of my sight. Well, happy birthday, Vase. I stole your kill. And upset my boyfriend, apparently. You spot Vase talking to a small group of other soldiers and walk over to see what's going on. Vase gives you a cool look as you approach. If you're looking for Rex, you're not going to find him here, he says, and the other soldiers snicker, like they're sharing some sort of private joke. You should try out back, or maybe the personal quarters. Here, have a strange device. It's your birthday, and I'm out of cake. Who told you it was my birthday? Vase asks, accepting the pulsating device. Whatever this is, it looks dangerous. It's a good thing you brought it to me. Alright, let's do our usual rounds. Peng's asleep at her desk, her head pillowed in her arms. Truly, not everyone is immune from the power of a catnap. One of the lab assistants sees you and taps Tang on the shoulder, and she jolts awake. I wasn't sleeping, she insists. It is crucial to rest the eyes to maintain adequate moisture levels. I mean, I didn't need you to wake up. I was just coming by to say hi. Naps are fine. I love naps. Hey, you, Rex? Rex claps his hand on your shoulder and looks at you with a serious expression. You gotta take care of yourself, Selene, he says. Unwind with me a little bit. It's good over here in Rexland, baby. No. Mars is talking to the soldier. Yep. Read that one before. What do you think about my next game? Nomi says, twirling their pencil around a lock of pink hair. Yeah. Thinking about making a romance game. Alright. Mom was taking a break at her makeshift desk inside the domes. What's up, Selene? She asked. Need me for something? Nope. Your dad's watching your mom work. You can practically see the hearts in his eyes. Your mom's an incredible lady, he says dreamily. True love is hurling yourself into space with someone and hoping for the best for your children. You, Dad. Gross. And Cal. Cal waves at you from the garden, then rises to his feet. It's almost comforting to see that despite everything, he's still the same old Cal who likes to play in the mud. Hey, Selene, he calls out to you. What's going on? Well, first I'll give you some bobber fruit, because I apparently upset you a little bit by killing a moth. I'm starving, how did you know? And then, let's get out of here. Of course, I can always make time for you. You grab a bite to eat. Cal stretches and rubs his stomach. I'm famished, he says. Let's go grab some chow, yeah? You and Cal trek over to the cafeteria where Cal loads his tray with enough to feed at least 2 of him. I'm a growing boy, he says, indicating his plate. Working outside takes a lot out of you. You spend an enjoyable lunch hour reconnecting with Cal, who's more than happy to tell you all about everything from crop rotation to who's kissing whom on the gardening crew. It's nice. Did that get us back to 100 with Cal? It did. Good. I think we're going to get an opportunity to give one more gift. So I will buy the cake in case I'm correct. And if not, then I just have spare cake, which, who doesn't like spare cake? And we still need to do a bit more combat because we didn't quite get that rank up. We could do something with combat as a secondary stat, if there are any. And there's not. Alright. Guard duty's fine, and we'll keep working on bravery. You overhear some of the kids on lookout gossiping about the guards. They love Nem, especially the ones who used to play sports ball with her, and they think Vase is vain and kind of mean. They thought adults were supposed to be nice. Vase? An adult? Ha! No, he just acts like one all the time. You purposefully make a noise as you approach, and they jump apart guiltily. You put on your tough soldier voice and tell them they should have heard you coming, and that they should pay more attention to their job. I mean, yeah, if someone sneaks up on you while you're on guard duty, you're kind of failing guard duty. Alright. Vase. Ooh, we've got this one, which will give us a bunch of extras because our stress is high. Ooh, and a doubling card. That's really good. Alright, so there to put the reds by each other. And there to put the blues by each other. That's reasonable. Huh. So they didn't use Vase's competence or that. Alright. Now we've actually maxed out our combat. In late wet. So what's our perk? +1 to physical increases. That also doesn't particularly matter, because we are nearly done. with physical stats.